Good afternoon, class. Today we will see test cases. So in previous sessions, we have been covered how we are going to test a program. Means here we are testing control statements and also data variables. If it is a transactional oriented one, we are testing it as a transaction based representation, and decisions we are making based on that one, we are taking the decision table representation, syntax testing, semantics testing, and the last one what we have seen here is how we are going to take this state testing procedure also by using the graph matrix representation. So these are the various testing procedures what we have to cover when we are dealing with a program. And coming to the implementation parts of the test cases in this unit, we will see how we are writing the test cases, what we are including in that one, and what are the types of the test cases we are using. How many testing techniques are there? How many testing techniques are the tools what we are using, and the introductions to this tools what we are using for the automated one. So this unit specifies about the tools what we are using for automation testing. Before getting into this, we have had a clear introduction about each and everything which has been evolved in that automation. So the first one here is whenever we are dealing with a software testing, we need to know about a test case here. So here, a test case means the action what we are going to perform, whether it is being successfully implemented or not. Means a test case means it's a testing technique, test which has to be performed on a part of a program. We need to see whether it is exhibiting its a feature or functionality or not. And we need to take whether these test cases are producing the actual result or not, or the desired result or not, we need to see. So here, what are the test cases we are having? How we are going to take a test case into a complete one here is, it contains test steps. Means in which way we are going to test that procedure or the process, it will be included. And what the data we are using for testing, and then one precondition, post condition. Precondition means here, if I are passing the input or the some any value to a logic. So if we want to execute that test, what we need to do here is, we need to provide an environment which is to be successfully processed by the element. Means we should provide same, that is the input what we are giving, the same values, and then next the correct logical statements or whatever the environment. Environment means the software tools what we are using at that particular time, and also the data values what we are presenting. All these things, whatever the things which are evolved for using or for making this logic to be executed, will be specified as a precondition. Post condition means whenever you are providing a correct environment and a correct set of input for this logic, we will have a desired result. That one will be specified as a post condition. When you executed this logic, then what it happens is, it produces you the desired or the correct result. Then it will be the post condition for the test case what we have been taking. And we need to take these all to be done for one test. And for another test, we have to give the another set of steps, set of the data, and then precondition and the post condition here. What you have to do here is we need to take all these to be done, and it satisfies the for what it has been designed. Means it should exhibit the feature or the functionality or the for what it has been implemented. So when we are specifying here, what is the test case consist of? Means a test case can be use the variables what we are providing and also the tools variables it is providing, and what it is doing is it has to see that whether it satisfies the requirements of the customer or not. For what have been designed has to be tested there, has to be included there, and we need to perform the test on that one, and we need to declare that this page, this web page or this product what you have been taken for the development has been successfully included all the requirements which are being specified by the customer. All the test cases what we have been created will be collectively will called as a test scenario. Test scenario means here we need to write several test cases for a process. So here what could be the test scenario and what is a test case here? So take an example. Let the example be, it's a login page. Okay. And you should know what are the inputs should give for that logic. Input here is username and password. Okay. That is the one. And the other one here is on the input screen, we have the text fields for input. So that is the one. One other one here is submit or login button. Okay. So here try to write the conditions. You should mention if one user is getting into that one login page, if he is a new user, we should specify what are the conditions for user name. Okay. Here the first condition, or you may specify the username should be in this format only. Okay. First four or in the first name can be used here. The first name can be used, and then next their ID has to be presented. Okay. Sometimes the first name and the ID will be same for that is with the other person. So we need to differentiate here. So here we need to give the department name or the department number, or simply you need to provide, means if you are giving, admin is giving to that one, they will easily give this is the number for you. When we are creating our username, we should present this one, the first name and then ID and the next department number. Okay. For example, we need to provide an example here. A, B, C, D is a name. Okay. First name. it should be followed by the department number. So our department number here is 5, and other consider the roll number is a 1. Wait, ma. Try to add the batch number also, because ABCD 501 will be repeated, ma. So here take the value as a 18. 18501. Okay. So here write first name followed by batch followed by department ID and then department number or the department indication and then ID. Okay. 501 is there. And what are the conditions for password? Basic conditions, you know, na? The conditions for the password means it should include the one capital letter. So capital letter should be there. Means uppercase, one uppercase, only one. Numbers should be there. Okay. And special character should be there. Okay. Maximum, it should be minimum. Maximum, we can't say that. The minimum count is 8 characters. Okay. Here, if you want to mention, dollar means starting. The starting of the password should be a alphabet. Okay. Now see how the login page will be. So here we are writing it as a login. Okay. Next one. Username. Okay. And then password. Okay. After that, here we need to provide the username. Here we need to provide the password. Okay. After that, it is submit, and we need to add the another one also. That is for create a account. If you see, it is resemblance of the our Gmail page or any other page. So what we are doing, it is allowing to access the page, and also if a new user is there, what happens here? It is allowing to create the new account, or simply it specifies register here. Okay. And here it is login or submit, anything, any type of the represent will be answer will be split. So here this is the resemblance of the login page we are using. And how I can write the test cases here? Test cases means here, apart from checking the input also, we can perform as many things on that one. So first one here is try to check the input conditions here. Means the conditions here is it should be of this one, like that we are providing. So whether it is including the conditions or not, we need to see. So that is the first one. So the first one is in the given format or not. Given format or not, we need to see. Sorry, not the given, specified format or not, we need to see. Okay. If it is not in the specified format, it easily will be discarded there. That is the first one. Second one here is when we are providing the input, whether it is being connected to the correct table or the correct database or not, we need to see. Means here I am providing the data, that is username and the password. Whenever you are giving the username as a means wrong one, in some login pages username as a wrong one, what happens there? It specifies that it's a wrong username. So in nowadays Gmail is having first username will be there. Next, by clicking on the OK, you are getting into the password or the system. What we are means by clicking on the tab that is OK, you are getting into your mail. So here, what it is, you need to check whether the text box what you are chosen for entering the username is been connected to the or we can say that it is representing the username database only. Means the programming what you wrote on that one, when we are entering the text box, that is a name in the text box which is consisting of the username, what happens there? We should take this value into that one and we should check whether this username is there or not. For that username, this is the password or not. So for that also there is a one chance of that one, we are being placed the code correctly or not, the implementation done correctly or not, that is a one. And coming to the next one here is while submitting, we need to give this too. So here the username and the password are correct. And what we are doing, we need to click on the submit here. Whenever you are clicking on that submit button, what happens here? It has to redirect to the which page? The mail page or this the main page of that one, home page, means whichever the login you are using. If the submit button's validation has been failed, so what happens here? It won't allow you to get into the main page or the home page. It will be redirected to the another page what you have been specified there. Whenever the username and then password has been validated, the validation has been done, what you have to do? You need to go for the home page, which is the login main page for that one. The redirection what is being failed, redirection fail means then out also what has to, we need to consider that the submit buttons, the program validations program what you have been JavaScript has been written, we need to check that one. So here the redirection fail means what you have to do, we need to specify, we need to check it once also. Okay, and coming to the next one, fourth one here is we need to check the key values. Key values means the keyboard values will be there, no? So the keyboard processing has to be checked here. Means there is a uppercase formation here. So here when I am clicking the caps lock, it should take the capital letters values. So whether it is taking the capital letters or not, that is a one case. And to move to the next one, rather than using the mouse or pointing on that one, we should use a tab button. What the tab button is doing, whenever we are filling that one, means if you are filling an application also, if you want to go for the next one means next column or the next one, what it has to do, we need to take to the, we need to represent, the cursor has to be placed there. So rather than using the mouse continuously, what we are doing, we are using the tab button to enter into the next field. Okay. And if we have been specified that usage of the next one here is usage of the special symbols has been banned. Means there is no allowance for that one. Try to here I will give the another one, batch number and no special symbols. Okay. So here whenever we are trying to give the special symbol to that one, what happens here? It should erase an error without specifying. You enter the means you enter the correct one or not. What it is not doing means it's a wrong one. Without checking it should be provide the values here. Means here what I have to, we need to validate this text area, and we need, whenever I am trying to type a value here, that is a special case value, if you remember, sometimes there will be cross mark will be present at before the text box or the text area. Means what it is, the data what you are given into the text box is not a valid one. Means there is no need to click on the submit, or there is no need to you say that process that one. So what you have to do, we need to give the data. Whenever we are typing the data, we should know the inputs to be accepted by this text area. If we don't know that one, what happens here is it is erasing an conditional one. Here is whenever you enter some symbol, so it should be highlighted as a red mark, or it will be placed the that is a cross symbol has to be placed in front of that one. What happens there? There arises a problem. We should not take the input which is being, that is a special symbol, has to be deleted or has to be avoided here. Okay. And coming to the next one here is whether the username and password, these are the specified format implementation on all these things. Whenever we are getting into that one, validations has to be done. Validations has to be done means you should know whether entered means given username and password are valid or not. So that is a one condition we need to check, username and password. Okay, that is a one. So here, how many elements means we need to consider here is up to now 6 has to be considered. And in this also we can perform many one. Specified format. Specified format means what? First name, batch, department, and then ID. So how can I check this more than one time? Here is I need to shuffle the order of that one. The first name has to be the first one, and then batch. Second one, department number, and then ID number of that ID. Okay. So see here, if I am providing this one 1, 2, 3, and then 4, this is the correct order. If I am providing this one by one, this is the correct order. So what is the wrong order here? If anything we are giving apart from this order will be the wrong. So the first one is the first name, and then I gave the ID as the second one, and then here 3, and then here 4. Okay. And then next here, I chose here ID as a first one in the reverse order 1, 2, 3, 4. That is also a failing condition. Okay. Next one. The next one here is I took batch number as the first one, and this is the second one, and this is the third one, and this is the fourth one. Okay. So here, how many will be there means the combinations what we are taking with this 4 elements, the combinational value will be how many times we can repeat means as many times as we can repeat this one. So we need to take this combinational factor. Thus combinational factors final number will assure you this number of times will be checked here. Means only for the specified format. I just said specified format. If it is a specified format, okay. In the specified format only, how many test cases are there? This much of. Means if I am taking the first name as the first one, when I am taking the batch name as the first one, whether it is executing or not, for the department as the first one or the ID as the first one, we need to check. Okay. And then for the another one. So here, this is the first one means These three can be placed in any order, 2, 3, 4, or this one, second one, third one, fourth one, in any order. So as many as combinations will be there now. So that much of the test cases will be there. Okay. So the test case, what we are forwarding, these are the problems we are getting. For checking this one, we have to write the test case here. Okay. And also, when we are allowing to take this new user into an account, we are providing the create a new account here. So create a new account means here it will be processed to the another one. So here give the username and password, confirm password, and then submit. Okay, that's all. That is that is enough for processing. So here, when I am giving the value to this one, so new username is ABCD18501. What happens there? It need to check whether it is a existed one or not. We need to provide the validation to that one also. Create a new account, as it is been allowed to create an account here. Whether it is allowing you to create the new account for the existing user or the new user, we should know. So where we need to provide these conditions here is you need to provide the conditions and then to username and password. Apart from this, along with this one, we need to gather the information about the existing users also. If the existing users are there, what happens here? We need to provide that these user is already having the account, or that by this name we are having the account, and you are not allowed to access that one. And there here we have a simple problem also, ma. So whenever we are getting the first name, batch, and department ID, so what happens here in our class, we are there may be a chance of having the persons which are having the unique names, or they may have the repeating names. The names of the persons has been repeated. What happens here? There should be some ambiguity while processing that one. But here ID will be changed now. Means ABCD is the name. Some name is there. Take it as another. So some Varsha is there. So here, or any name Ramesh or Suresh or some names are there. So these are repetitively used one. So what happens there? We need to see with this name and with this batch ID, with this batch and department and ID, there is a account or not, we need to see. We are not calculating this validation based on the first name. With this first name and then batch and then next to department ID. Whenever we are considering the last two numbers are not, they are unique. They are different for each other. So what happens here? We are allowed to take the username for different numbers, then there is no problem for processing. Means you think that there is a problem when usernames means first name is will be repeated in a class. If we are having that repetition, what happens there? We are combinedly taking this 4 factors into an account. We are not specifying that this should be considered as this factor, means the first name should be the one, not like that. So what we are saying, the first name should be there. Along with the first name, what we are doing, we are checking their batch number when they are being admitted, and the other one here is department by the means followed by the department one and followed by the roll number or the ID. So the roll number what you are specifying will be the unique one. So there is no problem when we are having the first name as a repeated one. Okay. And coming to the password, here uppercase 1, only one character should be the uppercase. He has said that should be start with the alphabet. So it should start with the alphabet. I didn't mention that it should start with the lowercase or uppercase. So it can be start with a uppercase here. And numericals, you can use as many number of numericals in between of that one, or at last, or beside that alphabet. Okay. Special character can be used, means from the second character position to n character position, you can use as many as numbers, as many as special characters, as many as lowercase letters or uppercase letters you need to mention. Means here after the alphabet what you have mentioned, means the alphabet can be a lowercase or uppercase. If the uppercase has been mentioned as the first place, what happens here? We need to check. So here, how I am going to form the test cases for this one? Try to place the uppercase at the first one. It should be accepted or not. It is accepting or not. Yes, it is should be accepted. Okay, this has been done. And coming to the second one, second test case, place the uppercase at the second one. Second one, okay, we are trying to place at the 1 and 2. 1 and 2, it won't be accepted. First place accepted, second place accepted, third and fourth and so on, n times it will be accepted. When it is not being accepted, here is usage of 2 uppercase letters into the password will be stopped. So in this process, we need to design the test cases here, and we need to provide this test cases has to be mentioned in processing. So while designing the test cases, what are the things we need to include? Means as many, I said, these things has to be included for the login page. But while designing a test cases, we need to include as many as things. Why we need to write the test cases here? Means we are allowing the test cases to be for the process. So here, the consistency here is based on the requirements here. Requirements, what we are chosen from the, means what we are get from the client, and the what the developed one has a resemblance or not, we need to see. Next, second one here is best test coverage. Here is the better test coverage. Here is list all the values, list all the things into that one. If you are listing, what happens here is what we need to check will be included in the test scenario. That is, we need to write the test case for that one. While writing the test case, means if you are performing the test cases by quarterly means after 3 months, or month by month. If you are performing the test case or the testing on that application for every 15 days or for every 30 days or for every 45 days like that. If there is a person who is performing this testing on that application, and the person is not available or the person has been quit, what happens there? There rises a problem that what are the testing one and what I need to perform on that one. We should know all these things there. What happens here? Here the problem arises. So the problem here is the person should know what we need to perform or what the answers we are getting, and if any problem arises, all these things has to be known. When he will come to know means he need to perform the work from the initial point to the point where means where it has been completed up to now. So to avoid this repetition of the work on the time wastage and for the better understanding, so the process what you have been done has to be recorded. Means what the test cases you have been taken, what are the inputs you are given, what are the process you have been chosen, what is the output you got, what are the changes made to that one when you have a problem, has to be recorded. This recorded one will become as a history of that testing to the person who is new to that one. Okay, and also the here we need to take these test cases writing. Means we not need to train each and every test trainer to process this one. So once he has known for the processing, then the product what you are designing will be provided equally. And coming to the template here, the template, what are the test case template consist of the header, body, and then next what is the matter you have to include here. So here the test case name or the ID has to be given. For what you are using, for the functional one, for the integration one, for the system one, or for the user. Means for each and every testing will be there now. From how many number of testing types are there now, for each and every testing type you can write the test cases. These three are highlighted one, that is a functional, integration, or the system testing we need to use for what you are writing the test case. And the requirement number, what is the module you are testing for, means whether it is for what you are checking, it is a minor one, major one, or the critical one. We need to mention it one. So what is the status of processing after that one? When you have been released, what is the version you are using? Precondition here is means to take this login page to be executed. What are the preconditions? The conditions what I have mentioned earlier can be considered as a preconditions. What are the data I am giving for that one? Summary means if I test like this, we need to write the note on that one. Okay. And coming to that one, body will be there. So here, what are the steps you have been included? And then what are the processings you have been done has to be noted. So the test number, description about that one means what I am performing on that one, input, and then expected result means you are expecting a result from that processing now, and there should be an actual result, the status and the comments of the processing. And who prepared this one, approved by this one, who reviewed this one has to be entered there also at the footer part. And we need to specify whether this actual result has been taken into an account or whether it is having the desired result or not. If it is not having the desired result, we need to stop there itself only for processing. That's about today's class. In tomorrow's class, I will continue this one. Thank you.